The woman's son has the head of a sheep, but she's not afraid at all. She even bathes with him every day. It turns out that half a year ago, a monster with the head of a sheep and the body of a human sneaked into the farm sheep pen under the cover of night. From the darkness came a thick, heavy breathing. The sheep seemed to sense danger and huddled together. Soon after, Ayu walked out of the pen and lay down on the ground as if offering herself. This act was like a sacrifice. A moment later, with all the sheep watching, the sheep-headed monster left. 5 months passed in the blink of an eye. The farming couple, Lisa and Nick, helped Ayu give birth. The first two lambs were normal, but when the third one was born, the couple were shocked. The third lamb was a monster. Lisa, who had lost her child early and couldn't have more, immediately took the monster back to the room. She cared for it in a basin and named it Ada. Nick not only took on the task of preparing sheep's milk, but also made a special crib for the sheep-human child. However, joy for some brought sorrow for others. The sheep mother, having lost her child, ran out and kept calling by the window. Knowing her child was inside, Lisa saw this and immediately drove the sheep mother away. By this time, the couple had come to see Ada as a gift from heaven. But one day, after finishing their farm work and returning home, they found Ada was gone. The anxious couple began to search everywhere. Soon, they found Ada on the playground not far away. It turned out that the sheep mother had taken him away. Lisa immediately picked up Ada, and Nick quickly took off his clothes to wrap him up. At this moment, Ada's true appearance was finally revealed. He was a monster, with the head of a sheep and the body of a human. The sheep mother followed behind, wailing and hoping they would leave the child behind. But this only angered Lisa even more. Twisted love had driven them to madness. At night, Lisa had a strange dream where a group of sheep with glowing eyes stared fiercely at her, as if warning her of something. When she woke up, she heard the sheep mother's cries again. Unable to bear it any longer, Lisa took up a shotgun and went outside, determined to eliminate the problem once and for all. The sheep mother was killed on the spot. Lisa then dragged the body of the ewe and buried it on a nearby hillside. However, she was unaware that everything she had just done had been seen by her husband's younger brother. He didn't understand why his sister-in-law had acted this way until dinner time, when they brought Ada out, and he saw the monster with the head of a sheep and the body of a human. The younger brother was completely stunned. Ada's head was that of a sheep. Although he couldn't speak, he could express his thoughts through body language. One day, while playing with Ada, the younger brother carefully grabbed a handful of grass to feed him, and to his surprise, Ada actually squatted down and ate it. Nick, seeing this, immediately picked up Ada and angrily scolded his brother for making him eat grass. In order to end this farce, the younger brother took Ada away while the couple was asleep, and he also took the shotgun with him when he left. When the younger brother aimed the gun at Ada, Lisa suddenly woke up inside the house. She found that Ada was missing and immediately went to the living room, only to find Ada asleep in the younger brother's arms. It turned out that the younger brother's heart was too soft to go through with it. However, their peace was short-lived, as Ada's real father eventually came looking for him. On that day, the three of them were watching TV inside the house. The shepherd dog outside seemed to sense danger, and Ada also seemed to sense something, so he secretly ran out. But when he saw the standing human-shaped monster, he was shocked and frownsy on the spot. The dog immediately pounced at the monster. Ada was so scared that he turned around and ran back inside the house. Looking at his reflection in the mirror, he saw that he looked just like the monster outside. And, looking at the pictures of the sheep on the wall, Ada seemed to understand something. At that moment, Lisa was seeing off her brother-in-law at the long-distance bus station. But when she returned home, she found that Nick and Ada were both gone. As she was searching for them, she heard a gunshot in the distance. Nick had fallen to the ground, shot by the sheep-headed monster. The monster then put down his gun and took his child away. Nick tried to stop him but was powerless. By the time Lisa arrived, Nick was already dead. She held her husband's body and wept loudly. Not only had she lost her child, but she had also lost her husband. Some say that this movie is about environmental issues, where humans bring disaster upon themselves. Others say it's about human greed and the distortion of maternal love. But if you've seen the original film, you might find that all of this was an illusion created by Lisa to cover up some truths.